We back doing another video. Appreciate everybody. Hopefully I get to everybody once I get my phone back. Get to responding. Right now I'm trapping off the laptop and the tablet. Um, Girlfriend don't want me to have her phone or use it too much. Be on it too much. But anyway, appreciate everybody for checking in. We talking about Canelo rejecting. There's reports that, and I believe it, that he's rejecting the WBC title that they're making up for the Canelo Chavez Jr. fight this weekend. It's a Cinco de Mayo special WBC belt, and Canelo's rejecting it. Now, knee-jerk reaction would be like, oh, he's rejecting it because maybe it comes with, because every time, if you didn't know, every time you get a belt, they get a certain percentage. When you hold a sanctioned body belt, they get a certain percentage of your purse. You know, if you don't know how it works, you got to pay promoter fees, sanctioned body fees with the belt you hold. Then you have to pay your trainer, your manager. So if somebody brings home $1 million after taxes and paying everybody, he might be bringing home what, 600, 650, 700K at the very most. So you just see how it kind of falls, and then they don't have any benefits usually. They don't come with any health insurance, so you have to pay for that out of pocket and all that other stuff. So it's a tough game out there, and maybe that can be one of the reasons why Canelo doesn't want to hold the belt, but that's definitely not why. Ever since the WBC made him, they tried to force the Gennady Golovkin fight on him by making Golovkin his mandatory when he was fighting that Super Canelo weight. And they tried to make Golovkin his mandatory, and they basically forced Canelo to drop the belt. And ever since he dropped that belt, it's been some schism, some bad blood, some heat between Canelo and the WBC. And the reports are saying that's why he doesn't want to hold that belt anymore. He doesn't want to fuck with it. And then the WBO and the WBC are like blood rivals. They like hate each other from what first time I'm hearing this, from what I'm understanding. And Canelo dropped the WBC belt, made his way back down to 154, where he claimed that he couldn't make it anymore. And versus Lyman Smith, he captured the WBO belt, and they said that was spite towards WBC going to the WBO. They hated rivals to get back at the WBC. Now the WBC is trying to get back in Canelo's good graces, and they're trying to make this magical build up that they do to get money and get attention. And Canelo's not fucking with it. He's not going with it. He said, "I fuck that belt. I don't want it. I don't want anything to do with the WBC." Because they tried to force him to fight Gennady Golovkin and force him to drop the belt, which made him look like a punani to the public. And he gets a lot of heat for that. And the only reason he doesn't get extreme heat for that is because he's a very popular Mexican, and whatever he does, his cult following is going to do whatever is going to follow whatever he does. A lot of people gave flack for Cotto for avoiding Golovkin for a long time. Cotto got them devils off him, dropped that damn belt, stopped paying step aside money, and just went on with his career. But Canelo's a whole different situation. He's younger, fresher, and he needs to fight Triple G, and that's what people think. But Chavez Jr. has some interesting comments on the relationship between the WBC and Canelo. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Saying that, how can Canelo turn his back on a sanctioning body who basically handed him the WBC belt by fighting at a catchweight at 150 pounds versus Matthew Hatton, the younger brother of Ricky Hatton. They handed him the belt. They sanction fights like Josito Lopez, like Amir Khan. And for Canelo to get mad at them for trying to force one of the biggest fights in boxing, Golovkin and Canelo, and try to play matchmaker, basically he said, it's a bitch move. He's mad because they tried to do the right thing for the sport of boxing. And, it's a pussy move. Basically, that's what he said. And he's right. The WBC did everything for Canelo. I mean, for them to sanction a fight to get your first title versus Matthew Macklin at 150 pounds versus a welterweight. I don't care how young you was. You really didn't win a world title, in my opinion. You got a guy nobody ever seen before in the top 10 or top 15 of the WBC, 154 pounds. A guy that was a career welterweight, and they manufactured and wrote a blueprint for you to get your title. And that's why I say I don't hold world titles in high regards no more. All world titles is pawns to is a pawn in the game to have more negotiation tactics over another fighter. That's it. You know, it means nothing. These guys drop these belts all the time. These guys fight who they want to fight. These promoters pay these belts off to knock people out the top 10 and put people in the top 10, top 15. The sanctioned fights. There's just organized craziness in these sanctioning bodies now. And like people talk about, oh, he holds this world title. Look how many people actually run their world title from a real world titleist. You know what I mean? Joshua running from Charles Martin. Nobody considered him a real titleist. They stripped that belt from Tyson Fury for no reason. You know, you look at Gennady Golovkin. He beat no former world titleist that actually won a title from a world titleist. You know, the one that he did beat David Lemieux, he was handed that world. It was a vacant IBF title. So versus Nadam, who's been in the top 10 forever and never could capture a world title. Canelo won it versus Matthew Macklin. You know, you could just go on and on about the fighters that won world titles from, you know, nothing. You know, it doesn't mean anything no more. These guys drop these belts all the time. And I was going to go check out the Canelo and the Golovkin fight at the movie theater, but since, you know, I hear these racist emails about Golden Boy, Eric Hunter said when he was with the Golden Boy, the talented Philly fighters, they would disrespect him and throw the N-word around the Golden Boy offices all the time, and they try to throw it, say it was just a facade and an outside writer. I'm not supporting Golden Boy. I will stream that shit on my Dro app. I'm not supporting them at all. You know what I mean? Fuck them. I mean, you want to be racist, man, and people just want to sweep it under the rug like it didn't happen. But I like Canelo. Doesn't mean that he's a racist. Just the company he's working for is pure shit. I'm not, you know, been a fan of Chavez Jr. for a long time. Like Matisse, like Emmanuel Taylor, like David Lemieux, who's fighting on the card. But at the end of the day, they ain't getting a dollar out of me. But should be a good fight. Everybody enjoy it. We gone.